Welcome viewers to Biafra Battle Cry TV. Biafra is our religion, and here in Biafra is where we worship. We are loyalists to the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We shall be bringing to you the new development about Judas Iscariot, former governor of River State, who denied his Igbo identity for his political selfish interest. To the public surprise, he attended the inauguration of the presidential election of Ohanaeze Igbo, where he was interrogated. Who is referred to as the son of Perdition in the New Testament, which means man doomed to destruction against the Igbo race. Now listen. Please share, like, and subscribe to our channel. See you soon on another video. Thanks for watching.
Wike is not important in this country. One of my reasons for being here minus this is that I should come and ask Nyesom Wike. This position of chairman had been zoned to River State, chairman of Ohanaeze. Nyesom Wike, the Igbo side should ask you, what is your interest? Why I'm saying this is that if you...
What do you think about the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, denying his Igbo ancestry?
Well, you see, the issue of the FCT minister denying his Igbo ancestry is actually very amusing. I've seen the FCT minister, for instance, raising his hand and vowing during the presidential primary of PDP that whoever emerges from this primary as the presidential candidate, that I vow to support the person. He later on supported Tinubu in the presidential election after the vow. And he started saying, no, it's because he's from the south. And then I was asking myself then, when you were making the vow, were you not aware that you had some northern candidates that were contesting? You contested with them. When you were making the vow, did you say, I vow that if any southern candidate emerged from this convention, I'm going to support the southern candidate? Is it, if any person, if anybody emerges, I vow, use the word vow, to support the person? I saw him also vowing he would never say anything against all the leader will make him to cry. But the things he's saying about all the leader is even making all the leaders follow to scream. Then you can imagine all the leader himself. I saw him also vow that once he leaves office, he will leave his successor to have peace and will not come to disturb him. That he's not the kind of person that disturbs his successor. His successor is the most disturbed successor in the whole Nigeria. So he has made a lot of vows which he had recanted. So if you don't like what the FCT minister is saying, just be patient. He will soon change. But let me talk about the issue of ancestry. Nobody chooses where he comes from. It's God that determines where you come from. That is one. Then secondly, the basis of nationhood from the ancient time is language. If you recall the Bible from the Tower of Babel, when God wanted to create nations out of the unipolar world then, he said, let us go and scatter their language. So, when God did it, you discover that people now who understood each other, what they were speaking, now aggregated and became part of one nation. So it is language that determines your nationhood. Ikwere is Igbo, 100%. Ikwere go, na Chineke di mma. Ikwere. Wike means Wike, because in Igbo land, some dialects use the word Wike. If you remember the former Senate president, is Adolphus Wabara. So it's dialectical. Nyesom is Igbo. So by virtue of language, Ikwere is Igbo. And it is in his constitutional right to say he does not want to identify as Igbo. That is constitutional right. But he cannot say he's not Igbo. Because by language, by tribe, he is Igbo and he doesn't have a choice about it. And again, if Wike, that is just a politician, talks about Igbo, and the president of Ohanaeze, who happens to be an Ikwere man, Senator Azoka Mbata, talks on what concerns Igbo. And then Wike's own political leader, who is Fubara, because the PDP concern is very clear. Once somebody is a governor, he is the leader of the state. If Fubara had welcomed Senator Azoka Mbata as the president of Ohanaeze, who is from Ikwere, I would rather believe these people, because they have the political and cultural right to say where Ikwere people are from. And then from their language, Hazoka, the back is strong. It is pure Igbo. However, like I said, it is a man who has complex that is even making his nationality an issue. I tell you something. At times, I go to church to give thanks to God for the honor and privilege of making me an Igbo man. You know why? The Igbo are one of the rare gems in the whole world that can create their way out of any problem they are in. After the war, they were given 20 pounds. Before 10 years after the war, they are already the richest wherever they are. Adding value, creativity. 22 years after the war, we were already living in bondage in Igbo, somewhere in Lagos, that has started in Hollywood, that is ranking about the second now in the whole world. Creativity, which is a gift from God. Before the war, you always hear about Igbo men. An Igbo man will sit down, and whenever he has any issue, he creates his way out of the problem. Do you know that since the Igbos were purged out of the civil service of Nigeria, out of the leadership from the highest quarters, Nigeria has never recovered from it? The best time of Nigeria was before the Civil War. And then the Igbos were in charge of practically majority of the sectors in Nigeria. So what I'm telling you is that I thank God. I always ask God, what have I done for you to give me the privilege to be an Igbo man? And you can see it because he has given me all the faculties, mental and physical, to survive without governmental assistance. Pure creativity. So Ndi Igbo are not looking for people to be Ndi Igbo. Ndi Igbo are already grateful to God that they are.
Wike is not important in this country. One of my reasons for being here minus this is that I should come and ask Nyesom Wike. This position of chairman had been zoned to Rivers State, chairman of Ohanese. Nyesom Wike, the Igbo side should ask you, what is your interest? Why I'm saying this is that
I'm a typical unrepentant man. I'm not an Igbo. Listen, get it clear. I have no problem with Igbo people, and I have not had problem with them. I've associated with Igbo people. The mere fact we're all in southeastern Nigeria. The mere fact we're in northern Nigeria doesn't make you an Hausa man. Doesn't make you a Fulani man. Doesn't make you a Kanuri person. Doesn't make you a thief person. The mere fact that you share some similarities, the languages are close, doesn't make you that you are sorry for. I mean, what is all these things? Senator Mata has a right to associate with whoever you want to associate. I, as Nyesom Wike, an unrepentable Ikwere man, an unrepentable Iroha man, I'm not an Igbo man.
Not important in this country. One of my reasons for being here minus this is that I should come and ask Nyesom Wike. This position of chairman had been zoned to Rivers State, chairman of Ohanese. Nyesom Wike, the Igbo side should ask you, what is your interest?